Why do I see flowers? Is that a unicorn? Konnichiwa minasan, this video we're going to watch top 10 Fate series fights. So I think this is also an anime, and I'm so sorry guys, but I also don't know what the story of this. And it's not that I never or I haven't watched anime, but I had watched some scenes of some anime, but I haven't been able to complete an anime series. Okay, so let's jump into the video. Oh, what's this? What do we have here? Oh wow.
Whenever you speak about anime fights, there's going to be at least one fight from any Fate series thrown around. And with the recent Blu-ray release of the Spring Song movie, the visual quality of Fate fights got
I
to
love
a
the
whole new
visuals
level.
here.
So, since the main series is now over, it's time to take a look at 10 of the best fights in the Fate series. Okay, from now on, I'll let the noble phantasms do the talking.
Rin versus Sakura. What's the story, by the way? Oh wow.
Who cares about
She's
the battle of
using a
servants when you
sword.
have two sisters trying to kill each other?
Oh, they're
Sakura is
sisters?
the only one with the killing intention. But Rin had to be a drama queen and go on with a callous attitude just so she can prove her point. Technically, Heaven's Feel isn't the official route of Rin, but she handled herself well for a side character and even managed to win Shiro's affection.
Oh.
The battle wasn't something much longer like many other fights in the series, and it might just be Rin showing she's a badass when she has a knife in her hand. But this was a huge bonding
So
moment
that's
for
Rin.
the two sisters, and the very final trigger to detach Sakura from the Angra Manu. Yeah, so technically Rin did most of the job.
Versus everyone? What do you mean when you say everyone?
Who is the most cheerful and sexiest overpowered goddess of all time? That's Quetzalcoatl. We've got a lot of gods running around.
How do you
Babylonia,
pronounce
but
that
the one
name?
to triumph them all is the one and only Quetzalcoatl. She doesn't challenge only one, but challenges all of them to a one versus all fight that ends up with a lot of broken bones and ribs. And can we also take a moment to appreciate the choreography of the fight? It's got aero acrobatics, ground combat, fast-moving cameras, all amalgamating into 2 minutes of
this is
jam-packed
very
action
fast
that
moving.
ends with placing Quetzalcoatl on the best girl list. If you are playing the mobile game, now you know which servant to choose for your next battle.
Ooh. And the sound effects are so on point. Oh gosh, this side screen out. Oh, what's going on there? Oh! Oh!
Normally, in anime chases, you get these blurry movements with character monologues. But in Fate, you get to witness a chase that goes through the road,
Wow.
above the buildings, and into the lake in all its glory.
Wow. Ooh.
Ufotable is known for its brilliant camera animation because of the unique way they combine traditional 2D animation with CGI. And the result looks
it's
absolutely
CGI.
amazing. We've seen Lancer in
Wow,
action
that's
a
so
lot.
good to
So the main
see.
focus of this fight is Assassin.
It's so
and he managed
amazing.
to shine the spotlight all on himself when he literally ripped the heart out of our favorite servant and fed him to the Holy Grail. What can I say? Lancer died, and you aren't human.
Oh. Saber and Lancer.
No matter fight, Saber versus Lancer. Unlike many other fights in this list, this may not be a visual spectacle, but what matters is the strategy. Without even knowing the story, you can tell this is a fight between two legendary heroes. There's the concept of chivalry going around too often. Both opponents are intelligent enough to predict each other's moves. And there's this subtle tension going around, urging you to know
I'm so amazed
what's
here,
going on
guys.
next.
I am so amazed with the visuals here. The characters, the
In terms of tension, there are clearly many fights that can triumph this one, but this deserves a spot
characters
in my
are
list
so
purely
built-
due to the
are
way it
made so
steps away
perfect.
from a traditional fight scene and implements more strategy to it. And don't forget, this is just Ufotable flexing their muscles. We always know what we get when they unleash their full power.
Wow. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Shij and Karna. Of course, we have an ad. Sorry. I'm so shocked here. Hey, where's my cursor? Okay.
Let's move away from the fight to the main series and take a look at Fate Apocrypha. In here, you've got servants divided as red and black, all fighting one battle royale to win the Holy Grail. And like all Fate storylines, in the end, the ones still standing strong in the game are the ones who are powerful. This means that you get the best of the fights later in the series, and I'm happy to say they didn't disappoint us with the Sieg versus Kana fight. This wasn't something done by Ufotable, but you can tell it matches the animation style of it all. The animators also made sure to combine their own unique style to the fight to make it more interesting. Even though Sieg was destined to triumph in this one, I still had my hopes up for Kana because he was my favorite. But he didn't have the
scenes
power
are
of
so
being the main
fast.
character, so his powers had to take a back seat.
Oh. Kiritsugu versus Kirei.
In an anime about servants, we have a fight between humans. In a story about holy grails and magic, we have a lesson on human nature. Gen Urobochi weaved an epic moral drama by combining ancient heroes with modern humans. And the climax of the story was between the two main agents of the war. One is an assassin blinded by a false ideal. The other is a crazy priest who finds great satisfaction in the most bizarre things.
A priest?
This fight resembles the Kakashi versus Obito fight, but with guns. There are no conversations, no subtle wordplay, no backstories of any sort. It's just two guys punching the hell out of each other via a complex magic system. From the start of the fight to Kiritsugu's ending bullet, everything was perfectly choreographed, and to this day, this is still one of the greatest fight scenes in the Fate series.
We have different characters here. Oh. Number 4, Shiro versus Berserker. How do I read this?
Berserker is one hulking giant who is good at screaming and smashing things. And how can one human handle against the man who completed the 9 tasks of Hercules? With the 9 lives blade works, of course, the Heavens Feel route was what gave Shiro the most amount of character development. And with character development also came some overpowered abilities to take down giants single-handedly. Since Ufotable got tons of movie budget, they weren't picky in spending the cash. So in return, we got this one gorgeous fight scene where Shiro takes down one of the strongest Greek heroes with his own weapon. Berserker got defeated for a second time in the Heavens Feel franchise. So sorry, Mr. Hercules. Seems like you didn't land on the healthiest route.
their name sounds the same
The two
also.
servants with the most rotten mouths go into a fight, and in return, you get a visual spectacle. Even though people are speaking a lot about other fights, I feel like this one isn't discussed very much in the community. If you judge by the name and think this is a fight between a guy with a bow and a guy with a lance, well, you're sorely mistaken. Think again.
Oh, it looks like a flower.
So, what's the secret of this fight? Magic, animation, noble phantasms. Boy, there's a whole lot going on here. Both the servants unleashed their best attacks, and Ufotable didn't forget to complement all of that with their superb animation. Archer and Lancer gave us one hell of a showdown, and their fight was one of the best anime fights I've ever seen.
Saber Alter versus Berserker.
Saber was a badass back when she was a normal servant, but her alter form takes things a step further and doesn't forget to land nukes with each of her attacks.
I really
That was
don't
only
understand
one major
anything
fight scene
here.
in the second Heaven's Feel movie. So Ufotable made sure to land more than half of the budget into this one fight scene, and needless to say, the output was epic, cinematic, and mind-blowing.
Oh. Wow.
Normally, the servant, to intimidate the audience in a fight like this, would be Berserker. But Saber Alta had this aurora around her that foreshadowed her victory at the end of the fight. Her power levels had also grown in a drastic amount, as I mentioned. Instead of the Excalibur, she has the Excalibur Morgan. Or should I say the full chance? Hammer of the Vile King. Overturn the Aurora. Swallow the Light. Excalibur Morgan.
Oh, wow.
Fate fights can go back up to 15 years, but never in those 15 years have we witnessed something like this. Like most anime fight scenes, the stakes and
15
visuals are what keeps
years?
the audience
It's been there
gripped,
for
but this
15
time, the
years and
stakes
yet
are
I
amplified
haven't
and the
watched
visuals have reached a whole
anyone,
new level. Yes, seriously,
anything.
to build an entire country from the budget allocated for these visuals alone.
Where am I living?
Ufotable gave their absolute
Why do I
best to
see
their final
flowers?
Fate project, and this fight is the best example of it. There are multiple noble phantasms flying here and there, and each character got a moment to shine during the fight. It was rather tragic to see Saber being one of the final
Is
villains
that a
in this
unicorn?
specific fate route. But on the other hand, we got to see Ryder and Shiro trusting each other and using powers to their highest potential. I don't know about you, but this is the most
Or it's
visually
just a
stunning fight
horse.
I've ever seen in any anime so far, and I challenge you to prove me wrong.
Oh, wow.
So there goes the best Fate fight scenes of all time. The Heaven's Feel trilogy brought tears to our eyes with its animation and visuals, and I'm here lamenting about how the original Fate series has ended now, forever. But I'm gonna keep my hopes up, and so should you. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you get an update every single time we release a new
Okay,
video.
so I
Stay
understand
safe,
now.
anime fans, and I'll see
So
you
there's
in the
an original series and they just recreated it. And now they had 15 years or 15 series. Am I correct? Oh gosh. I'm really so sorry guys because I don't know anything about this anime, but it's good to watch something you didn't know. It's good to discover new things every day. Wow. I was totally so amazed there with the visuals, with how they present their scenes, with how they present their stories. Wow, That was really so mind-blowing. Wow. Okay, and that's it for today, guys. This is me again, iamjam. See you on the next one.